If you're a multi-location HVAC owner, then I'm going to show you how you can pull 18 to 30K of lost revenue from dead leads into your business within the next 30 days. Stay exactly where you are because I'm going to show you the scripts that we use and exactly how you can do that. Now, if you don't know me, my name is Jock. I've been a digital plumber for the last 14 years, helping companies like you get more from the leads that they're already generating. So let's dive into it. Firstly, we want to look at how exactly we're going to do this with dead leads. So if you run more than one HVAC location, then you probably have a bigger problem with revenue. You probably have a bigger revenue problem sitting in your CRM than you do in your ad accounts. Now, the opportunity that we're talking about today is getting 18 to 30K in the next 30 days from dead leads. Now, that means no new ads, not any single effort spent on marketing. This is just going to be dead leads, leads that are already sitting in your CRM. Now, how we do this, it's the hidden assets. You're sitting on a gold mine. Every multi-site operator that we talk to have thousands of old leads. It's old website leads, past customers, unsold estimates, just sitting there. And we get it. Like there's a lot of new leads that come in that you need to give your attention to. But what if you could turn those old leads into new money? These are leads that you've already paid to get in front of, whether that's through ads, SEO, trucks, whatever you're doing. Like they've already they've already raised their hand and said that they have a problem and you could possibly help them with it. Now we get it. Obviously, you don't have the time to constantly go after old leads because the conversion rates are much lower. It's much higher on new leads, but it doesn't mean that there's nothing in the old leads. And I'm going to show you exactly why you should be focusing on dead leads as part of your whole basket. And let's just do the simple math here. So if you're sitting with 2,000 contacts, that's 2,000 contacts across your locations. The way that we run a database reactivation, we have a 30% reply rate. Given that's not a positive reply rate. That's just a reply rate. But also it's not an open rate. If you do this with email, you're sitting with 12%, 20% open rate, which is horrible because then you're not even factoring in the reply rate on top of that. With this, you do a 30% reply rate. Now, some of those will say no, some of them will be rude, but some of them would say yes. From that, we go 10%. Usually, the way that we run it, there's about a 10% book call rate from there. So that means if you have 2,000 leads, it leads to about 600 conversations, which leads to about 60 jobs. And if we're being conservative with like a 300 to 500 bucks for a job, that leaves you with 18 to 30K in revenue that's just sitting there waiting for you to do this. And this is the exact reason why whenever we work with any home services company, we start off with the database reactivation because it's the easiest way to get money in your pocket without much effort. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. So don't worry, we're not going to just leave you here. This is how you can run a database reactivation in the next 7 days all by yourself. Go to your CRM and pull a list of all the contacts that you have in there in the past 6 to 18 months that have never booked calls, that have its old website leads, its past customers that you haven't had contact with in the last 12 months, and tag them by location. Now, this is where it becomes quite interesting. What you want to do is you want to segment them smart because you want to send out a message that's as personal as humanly possible because that's what starts the conversation. You don't start a conversation with a promotional message because people shut down. You want to start a conversation, not a promotion. So you want to segment them according to your locations, A, B, C, whichever you have. Then you want to segment according to either services or installed quotes or install quotes, whatever they asked for. And then you definitely want to do past customers versus never customers because you're going to approach them a little bit different and your message is going to be a little bit different. Now, let's talk about the actual messages. These are some of the messages that we've personally used when running some of these database reactivation campaigns. You want to send an SMS because the open rate on that is about 98 to 100% compared to email where it's like 12 to 20. Like we don't want to do that. Send them an SMS that goes, hey, name, because you know the name at least. This is your company's name in the city that you're in. Now you can obviously tailor this because you've segmented them out according to location. So we helped you recently with AC, heat, quote, whatever service you provided to them. And that's where the difference will come in from past customers to never customers. It'll be that sentence. We helped you a while back. Do you still need help with your system this season? That's it. Then watch the replies come in. Some will say yes, some will say no. Some will say maybe not this season. Others will be rude, but that 10% will book a call. From there, you wait 2 days. Then day 3, we send out another SMS. Totally fine if not. Just wanted to make sure you weren't stuck with your heating or cooling, whichever service you provided to them. Want us to take a quick look this week. Now, the reason you phrase it as want us to take a quick look this week is they'll come back and go, no, I'm on leave this week. Could we possibly do next week? Something like that. Whereas if you just say, want us to take a quick look, it becomes a yes, no kind of. I don't want to get too much into the details, but there's a lot of thought that has gone into this. You wait another 2 days and then you send out day number 5, you send out an SMS and an email, the final nudge. Listen, we don't want to hound you too much. We get it. If this season it's not fit for you, we'll reach out next season. Kind of leaving the door open, but adding that's almost scarcity where you go, listen, we're not going to hound you anymore. We'll reach out next season. If they don't want you to contact them, they'll reach out and they'll say, please don't contact. So this is where everything kind of falls apart usually if this isn't structured. This is almost the most important part of any database reactivation campaign. Number 1, you have to have one person that owns it, a human that takes responsibility to reply to each and every message within 5 minutes, at the very least during business hours. There's an old saying where if you want a dog to die of starvation, ask 2 people to feed it. There needs to be one person that takes responsibility, and their goal is to book visits, not just check in. Customer success, it's really important, but for this, they need to go, that's perfect. Want us to have a look at X. There's 3 things that you want to track. You want to track how many people replied. You want to track how many people actually booked a call. And then you want to track how much revenue you got from this, because that will give you business information to say every time we run a database reactivation, we make X amount of money, which then also tells you how much your dead leads are worth, which is another business indicator so that you know whether you're getting to the right leads or getting to the wrong leads. And that is how you can do it yourself. Now, obviously, we have a solution. We have an AI solution that's guaranteed to reply within 5 minutes, regardless of the time of day, the day of week, the day of month, all of that. So everything that I talked you through now, you can and should do it this week or next week at the very latest. Now, what we do for Florida multi-site HVAC locations is we install a machine that does this on autopilot. It runs every single day. We design the messages, we run the campaigns. You don't need to worry about any of it. We charge $2.5K for the install and then a percentage of revenue. So if it doesn't work for you, if you don't make money, we don't win either. And that's the whole thing. Now you're ready to unlock revenue, hidden revenue that's sitting inside of your CRM. So if you want some help with a DBR sprint on your list, if you want us to run it or me to run it personally, have a look in the description. There's a link. Even if you just want to run a kind of sanity check, you just want to have a chat to see whether the numbers kind of make sense. Like it's all there. Even if you don't use us, use this exact play. It's helped tons of companies like yours make a lot more from the leads that they already have in their CRM, and has changed their mind from thinking that they need new leads, more ad spend, another agency, has changed their mindset from that to let's make more from the leads that we already have. Hope this was helpful.